Hey, what's up, you guys? Really quickly, before we get into this particular video, I just wanted to mention that I am so very close to getting 6,000 subscribers on here, which is insane. Thank you so much for putting me in a position to be able to say that. That is unreal. But if we reach 6,000 subscribers, which I'm talking, we're like 10 away from 6,000. Anyways, we're so close that if we can make it to 6K by the new year, so we have, as of the upload of this video, 8 more days to reach 6,000 subscribers. So if more than one person subscribes a day this week, or if you and 9 of your friends want to subscribe to this channel, I will be hosting a Draw This in Your Style sometime in January. Obviously, I have to plan to draw something, but I want to do a Draw This in Your Style. Of course, there will be some sort of prize element. I will always like to do commissions and stuff for Draw This in Your Style, options for winners and stuff like that. I don't have all the details planned out yet because we haven't reached that goal yet. So if you want to help me reach that goal so I can make those plans so you can get that commission, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Anyways, let's get into the video. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Six. Welcome back to my channel, and happy Christmas Eve if you celebrate, and happy holidays in general if you don't. I'm sure many winter holidays have passed by now and others are yet to start, and if you celebrate any of those, I hope you're having an amazing time. Holidays can be an extremely fun but also an extremely stressful and painful and hard time of year, so I hope that if the holidays are rough for you, that you are doing well, and I appreciate you being here watching this video. I hope it brings you some sort of relaxation, some sort of comfort, some sort of fun little vibe. But anyway, let us get started with the video. So today we are doing my technically yearly redraw. I think I did actually miss it 1 year, but since then I have been trying to do it every single year, since I think 2018 or 2019, but it could have been as soon as 2017. I am not sure. I really am not certain. But every year since then, I've been trying to redraw this piece. So I will be throwing up the previous iterations on screen, and as those are rolling by, I'll kind of explain how I think this character has evolved over the years, and some of the things I like to keep the same, and other things that I don't mind altering. So starting off, we had this character that was literally, I would say it's kind of similar to how I do my icon commissions, where those are just a floating head, except she has a neck. So she's literally like decapitated. I should really, you know, as things progressed, I realized that I should really stop decapitating my characters. I should maybe give them some sort of like shoulders or something like that. So she's just kind of like steadily evolved from, you know, just a head to a pair of shoulders, and then, you know, she's kind of like gone down to the waist, and maybe one day she'll be a full body. Who knows? Probably not, but maybe, I don't know. So that's kind of something that's been changing, that's been evolving. Her hairstyle also changes very often. I don't think I gave her bangs this year, and I had not had a chance to actually look back at most of the iterations this year while I was filming. The only ones that I had directly available to me were the years 2021 and last year's 2022, but I didn't even have the colored version of 2022 in front of me because I don't know where it is. I will get back to that shortly. So some things that, other things that change are like her hair, her antlers also change a bit throughout the years, but there's one thing that I refuse to let go of, that I will always keep through every iteration of this character: her hot pink glitter antlers. I used a different glitter this year, and that is kind of, you can tell by the way that I'm speaking that I'm a little upset about it. I did not have time nor the money to go to the store to buy a $5 container of glitter for one piece. I don't know where my glitter keeps evaporating to. I do know where this tiny tube went. It went into slime, and I should have thought of this piece before I dumped the entire container into it, but I just keep telling myself the glitter I use later on is still holographic, so it's still similar to the other pieces throughout the years. But yes, that is something that I always keep. I never change hot pink antlers holographic glitter. Every single year it is a requirement of this character. Something that I have also kept to and not really changed, while I do change her hairstyle very often, I always keep it ombre, to my detriment, because it is so hard to do ombre with Copics. Not even Copics, just alcohol markers in general. Traditional alcohol ink, it is hard to do hair gradients the way that I do them, and also still have decent like shading and depth and stuff. I have figured out perfectly how to render it when it comes to doing one solid color, or even doing an ombre digitally, but doing an ombre traditionally, did I say digitally? Hopefully I said digitally. Doing an ombre traditionally, though, is hard. It is very, very hard. You have to overthink everything so that you have an even blend. And if you're not going for like a straight up gradient, like I opted out of doing this time, you have to think exactly where the colors are going to meet, how they're going to sort of shift into one another. Luckily, the way that I had lined the hair, gave me kind of like an easy way to sneak into the next color, because it was almost like her hair was layered into 3 sections, like the top, the middle, and the bottom. I did not do this intentionally. It's just that when it came to finally coloring in visually, I could see it and I could go, okay, I'll bring the blonde up to here, and then I'll put the mid-tone here, and then I'll put the darker color here. Another reason that this has been to my detriment is that oh my goodness, mid-tone browns in alcohol markers are so frustrating. They are so frustrating because they are almost always yellow. Why are they so yellow? I don't get it. Like, and I mean like an ugly, not good yellow. It is very like, I don't even want to say that they're brown, because they're not. They're like dark yellow. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a chestnut, or like what's a good other mid-tone brown example? I just want it to be more red toned or neutral toned even, but they're so friggin' yellow, especially when I was trying to find a color for the top of her head, because notoriously I run out of the very same brown Copic marker every single year, because it is the perfect not yellow mid-tone. It has just enough red, but just enough normal neutral undertone. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a kind of like Nutella is how I would describe. So hazelnut. It's like, it's literally, I'm so dumb. The marker is literally called hazelnut. It's literally called hazelnut. I run out of hazelnut all the time as a mid-tone brown, because it is perfectly toned. It is the least sickly yellow of all of the browns that I currently have in my Copic collection, because also, funnily enough, stupidly enough, a lot of craft stores in my area do not carry brown Copic markers. They carry the same couple that I already have, and it's like either Copic does not have a good selection, or my craft stores just don't carry it. My craft stores don't carry Copics at all now. What happened? What happened? Where did they go? It's so weird. They just like evaporated. At least, yeah. I don't get it. They just whooped from the store. And they have off-brand Copic markers now, but they don't have actual Copic markers. They don't even have Ohuhu markers. They have like, what's the Master's Touch markers, which they're not good. So it's just really frustrating, because it's like, why are there not any good brown markers available to me? My marker that I like keeps dying, and I'm too broke to buy a refill. So what I had to do this year as I'm sure you guys have already seen or will see shortly. Actually, probably not shortly, but soon-ish. I had to layer about 15 colors to get her hair to be the right shade on top, because I wanted, like, again, a mid-tone brown that was, like, sort of on the darker side, but not super dark. I would call it, like, if I were to use, like, real hair color as an example, like a light to medium brown, as far as hair color goes. And again, it just everything was so yellow, so I was having to like I use E15, which I think is like dark suntan or something. Yellow, why is it yellow? And then I had to layer lipstick natural over it to neutralize that color, to add some pink in so it would not be so yellow. And then I had to add a darker color in. I had to use what was desperately left of that hazelnut to kind of go back in. And then I was also using this color called was it light pale mauve from there's 60 count Kala set or something. They sent me to review it on TikTok Shop, which was awesome. And I love them. I really do. I genuinely like them. I'm also using their sketchbook actually for this illustration. I'm not sponsored by Ohuhu. I'm just saying they sent me this stuff and I genuinely do like it, and it's cheap, so I would highly recommend you go and grab some. I actually really do love their sketchbook paper. I have been looking for a replacement ever since stupid Canson. I'm so mad at you, Canson. I doubt you're watching this video. Why did you change the mixed media sketchbook? Why did you do that? Why did you make like 3 different versions and triple the price? I am raging about that. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? My sketchbook was $5 and it was the best paper ever, and I could get it at Walmart. And now it's gone. It's gone from Walmart. The closest thing is $17. $17. And it's entirely different paper. I hate you. I'm so mad. Give me my old mixed media sketchbook back. That was so rude. Why? It was perfect. It was perfect. Why did you change it? Anyways, I've been looking for a replacement. And Ohuhu offered their is it their mixed media sketchbook? I think it's their mixed media sketchbook, or it's their marker paper sketchbook. Either way, it is a beautiful sketchbook, and the blending on it is so good. So good, actually. I'm using the wrong side of the paper. I'm using the wrong side of the paper accidentally, because somehow when I print it, every single time when I print on this paper, I manage to print on the wrong side. I don't know how. It's just my brain flips it. It like forgets how my printer works. I printed a test page before I printed this image onto, because I print the line art. I do the line art digitally and I print it down onto my sketchbook paper. If you are new here, hi. That is how I like to do my line art, because my hands are shaky and I don't trust myself to line anything traditionally anymore. But I printed a test page before this and was like, okay, it prints on this side of the paper and it doesn't flip, it just will be upside down. And then I printed it and it flipped somehow. I don't know how. I don't get it. I'm silly. But anyway, maybe I flipped it before I put it in. I don't know how. I don't know. But you can draw on the backside of the paper, of this paper, which a lot of sketchbooks intend for you to do, but it's something that I couldn't really do with the Canson Mixed Media sketchbook, actually, because it's a different texture on the front and the back. And it is vaguely a different texture on the front and the back of this sketchbook, too. The front of each page has just slightly more tooth than the back side, which is just a little bit smoother. But when I did my blend test on my test sheet, which, by the way, oh my goodness, if I remember, I will insert a picture of my test sheet on here, but I might post it on Instagram if I forget. It is filled to the brim with swatches and tests of all of the markers and things that I was trying to figure out during this redraw. But in that test, I realized it still blends so smoothly. So I just went along with it and rendered on the backside of this paper, which I, again, normally would not be able to do. So I really like this paper. Again, it's really affordable. So if you're looking for a new sketchbook because Canson betrayed you, this is so far the only sketchbook that I have genuinely recommended. For example, I've been trying, I think I tried like a Strathmore one, I tried an Artist Touch one that had like the little Paris thing, the Eiffel Tower on the front that I've seen people recommending, and I have not found a good sketchbook for markers. Everything's been like okay for everything else, horrible for markers. This, however, excellent for markers. I don't think it's stealing all of their juice also, like Canson's does, because if you don't know, if you're, not familiar with using alcohol markers or watercolor, no, not watercolor, alcohol markers or anything like that, you don't really want to use mixed media paper or especially watercolor paper, because the texture is so coarse, and something about how the paper is made, it just takes so much more ink to saturate those pages than it would for like a Bristol board or something like that. But I've never been a fan of Bristol board because it's squeaky and streaks. I don't understand how people use Bristol board. I really don't. How do you get flat, smooth coloring with Bristol board? It's like drawing on plastic. I hate it. But this sketchbook is so good. It is so good, and again, I don't think it steals up as much ink, so I really like it. I was able to use this one marker, actually. It's called Mistletoe, conveniently, because this is a holiday illustration. It's also the reason that I always use it on this piece, because it's called Mistletoe, and I know she's dried out. I know she is. I did not use her for the main part of the shirt like I have in previous years, because I know she's a goner. I know she is, but I can't afford an ink replacement for her yet. So I've just been kind of like scrambling, trying to force the last bits of ink out, saving it just for this piece. I ended up using like a, what do they call it? Like a gray olive-ish color, which it's not that. I wouldn't say that this is what that color looks like, but I used whatever that color was called, and then I used the mistletoe for shading, and it went down so smoothly. If I had used this on the Canson paper, it would have been like crying for me to stop using it. I know that because it did that to me last year when I was desperately trying to use it, which is why I went all the way over it with like a teal almost, and then I think I just used it barely for, did she have sprigs in her hair last year? That's something that changes a lot as well. Sometimes she has like foliage on her headband and sometimes she doesn't. I didn't do it this year because I forgot that I'd done it in previous years. I honestly probably would have had I remembered, because I do think that the look is cute. I always do like some random leaves and little holly berries in it, which, by the way, I'm sorry this voiceover is all over the place. Did you guys know holly is poisonous? I did not know that. Why is it such a ingrained part of our culture? It's poison. Why do we do that? It's pretty though. It is pretty. Why couldn't we just use cranberries? Because cranberries are also, we do at the holidays. So who was like, yeah, let's get this poison berry and smooch under it? It's poison. What is wrong with you? And you could just buy it. You could just go to the store and buy it. Be like, oh, cute, holly berries. Aw, a little mistletoe. Excuse me? We could just sell poison for funsies? Okay. All right then. Merry Christmas. Here's some poison. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this illustration. You guys will see me wrapping it up here. Again, I am so sorry. This voiceover was all over the place, as I tend to be. I just do these stream of consciousness nowadays so that you guys get kind of like the most authentic thing that I'm thinking. Sometimes I will film a voiceover and I will have a script and I will mess it up 900.5 times because it's like, I have a message I want to convey to you. It is not being conveyed properly because my mouth doesn't work right. So I think the best way for me to not have to film a voiceover 1,500 times is to just tell you guys what's on my mind in the moment. So hopefully everything makes sense. Here's another little flip through of all of the previous year's iterations, and then we will be following it up, of course, with the final reveal of this year's. I always like to go in at the very end and add some quick touches with gel pen and colored pencil and things like that. But yeah, ultimately, here that is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have had a wonderful I hope you've had a wonderful year. Please let me know down below what kind of videos you guys want to see in the new year, because I hope to upload more frequently. I'm not making it my resolution, nor am I saying that I will just yet, but I want to try, or at the very least, I want to create more videos that you guys want to see, rather than just putting random videos out there. So if you have any ideas, leave a comment down below and I will certainly give it a look, and I will probably do it. Anyways, with that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. We have Elise Thompson, Duran, Mandy, Sleeps, Created by Twins, Inky Moo Art, Psychwalker Art, Fishnor Flesh, Akita Kai, Watery Turd, Daru, and Aurora Inks. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support me every single month. It really is. It is so mind-blowing to me that the Patreon's almost been reopened for a year now. In 4 months, it will have been a year. And there's all of you guys here. Like, what? Oh my god, that is so cool that you guys care about my stuff and want to see me do more things. If you want to help me see if you want to see and help me do more things, you can check out the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Six.Studios. It'll be linked down below in the description. I do a ton of things on there every day, well, not every day, but there's a ton of things that will get uploaded throughout the month, from extra YouTube videos to behind the scenes sketches, physical rewards like stickers and prints, and a ton of other stuff. So if you want to be a part of that, you can go check out the Patreon. Like I said, link down below. And thank you guys for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.